Hey, what is up, guys? Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different than what we normally do. This is gonna be kind of a two-part series. We're gonna be talking about charging your iPhone and if it's charging slowly or if you have to wiggle around the cable to get your iPhone to charge. We're gonna be teaching you guys how to kind of fix this in the best way possible. This one will be for the actual iPhone. And basically, before you do anything like this, what you're going to want to do is you want to pick a toothpick or something of the same sorts and just very lightly check inside to make sure there's nothing in there that'll actually be getting in the way, like some lint or something. And generally a toothpick is your best bet. It won't damage anything, but at the same time it'll also be able to get in there, and you can use some light most likely to be able to get in there and see if you can get anything out. But there's actually nothing inside of my port, so that's when you're going to actually have to switch over to actually taking apart your iPhone. And guys, let me make sure you guys have this clear. Make sure you try multiple cables or something like a brand new cable before you actually take apart your iPhone. This is not like quick, it's going to take an hour or so. So make sure you guys do that. If you're unexperienced, it's going to take an hour. Maybe if you're experienced, it'll take about 15 minutes. And also realize that I am not liable for anything that you guys do to your iPhones. I know I have a bunch of dumb viewers out there, so I just had to throw that in there just so I don't get sued. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to have to take off the screen. Then we're going to have to get into the actual frame. We're going to have to take out everything from the logistics side of it. That goes from the charging and the actual audio connector, and put a whole new thing in. It's about $12 online, plus you have to buy some parts to take apart stuff, so it's gonna be about like $15 most likely. It's not that expensive, but it's gonna take some time.
Before we start this procedure, make sure you guys turn off your phone just so you're not shorting out any connectors. We're going to be disconnecting the battery and we don't want to ruin it in any way. If you accidentally do ruin your battery, a link will be in the description below just in case you want to buy a new one. So guys, we're going to start off by taking the pentalobe screws out just so we can take off the screen. From there, we're going to begin to take out the screws that connect the battery. I would recommend, while taking your phone apart, that you take pictures occasionally just so you make sure that you have each connector in the right spot. If you ever forget something, just look it up online. There are tons of different pictures for each disassembly. I would recommend that you take your time because the quicker you go, the more likely you're going to strip these screws. After you take off that metal piece, we're going to put aside our screws. Now I would recommend putting aside screws in something that can organize them, just so that you won't lose them, because every screw is very small and easy to lose. From there, we're going to take off every single screw that attaches the very bottom lightning connector. Now this piece is a little bigger than you would have expected, but it is very flexible and you can easily peel it off. Now there is a little bit of glue on the bottom just to keep it in place. When removing this, try to peel it up slowly just so you don't break any of the connectors. I would recommend when peeling this off that you use one of the pry tools just so it makes it a little bit easier and so you're not tearing any of the connectors just in case you want to go back to your old lightning port. Now coming to your new assembly port, you're going to want to start by peeling off the blue back or whatever is holding that adhesive in place. Now when placing the adhesive down on the backing of your housing, make sure that you align where the screws screw into the actual housing just so that you place your port into the right spot. After you have the first bit stuck down, you can start screwing in your screws. Let's start from the bottom just so that we can make sure that we have it all aligned just in case we have to replace the adhesive. After you've finished putting down the very bottom part of this connector, you can take off the adhesive to the top part of it that is near the battery and place that down, making sure it aligns with the different spots for the screws. Make sure you align each connector with the same spot you took them out of the device. Now it's time for us to put back in the speaker assembly. Now it's time for us to reattach the area that covers the battery connector. And now we can close up our phone and start from the very top of the phone and slowly work our way down, creating a clean seal and a clean flush finish. Now I would recommend before you screw in your pentalobe screws again, I would turn your phone back on and plug it in just to make sure that your Lightning connector works now. And now we're ready to screw back in our pentalobe screws once we've made sure that our phone successfully charges and turns on.
And that's pretty much all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully your phone turns on still, and hopefully it's working just fine. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week.